Good morning, my vamps. I'm not gonna lie, my head is fucking killing me. I woke up like, dude, I've just been going through it all morning. It's like 3 o'clock right now. I've been like in and out of sleep, just feeling super nauseous. But I'm gonna power through it and try to record this video because I'm doing a daily video every day, no matter how I feel. Um, I think I'm just gonna chill in the range for this video. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I can play like at all. Um, I've been watching the other videos I've posted. It's mainly like I guess the story time ones that I did. The last two videos I did, I was watching them and like I like that I was open and vulnerable and talked about real shit. Also, I just feel I feel like I was both those videos, both the last videos were super like just dark and like depressing and like I don't know, just watching it back, and like it was also a little bit like I don't know, it came off a little bit like poor me-ish, like watching it back. I was just like, I sound like I'm just like crying. Like a couple things I want to say since the last two videos, like in the last video I said I have no friends. That's not true. I do have friends. You know, I have my best friend who lives back home where I'm from, Michigan. So I don't really see him often, but I do see him, and he's like my best friend, and I would fucking like he's such a good person. Like he's probably like my like when I think of what a friend is, like I would just think of him. Like he's just like more than that, honestly, his family. Um, and I have my family too. Like I have my mom, my dad, my little brother. Um, and then I have you guys. Like I have my homies that I met through Apex. You know, but when I say like I don't have friends or I don't like, I just mean that as I've gotten older, I've kind of, I've just isolated and it's been partly my doing also like, a lot of it is just like mental stuff and like struggling with that, but you know, I have high expectations for like what a friend is and you know, I've had a lot of people in my life that just didn't meet those expectations and I just put up with it for a really long time. And so I guess I've finally just been not putting or I just stopped putting up with it, and that's what I mean where like I stopped reaching out to people and they don't reach out to me, and I get that that sounds like like poor me, like oh like obviously your friends aren't gonna reach out to you if you just stop you know even communicating with any of them, like and I get that I get that it's partly my doing for not having friends, like it's not just some da da da. But anyways, I just wanted to say like I'm not like you know I'm I'm just the way I am, right? I'm just, I struggle, like with mental stuff, with a lot of things. I just struggle, and if I talk about some like dark things or talk about, I just want people to know that like it's not all bad, right? Like I'm not always feeling like that. I'm not, I'm working to right now to build a better life for myself, and it's not happening overnight, but I have I have made like a few like new connections with people. Somebody that I met through Apex actually ended up living in Orlando, and she's an artist, and so and I ended up going to like one of her art art show. Like there's an event, and she had a booth at it, so I got to like meet somebody new and like meet somebody creative, and she's honestly super nice and super, you know, yeah, she's just cool. So I'm working on it. Like, I know those last videos just sounded like super dark and like just like I've just for me like everything sucks, and I just don't want it to come across like that. I want to be open and vulnerable with like the things I feel, and I know a lot of the things I feel are just things that I've, created in my head, and I'm working at that too. Like, but I don't know. I guess I just want to get that off my chest. And I don't think like all my videos are gonna be like super dark and like have that tone to them. But I also just want this shit to be real. Like, I just want it to be real, and I don't want to like. I think right now it's easy for me to just say whatever the hell I want to say because there's not really anybody listening. I do worry that, I might get in my head, if I knew the next video I was gonna post was gonna get like 2,000 views, like I might be a little more like, you know. And I was thinking about like people I know watching the videos or people, as what I was talking about in the last one, I don't want people to know I'm struggling. Like I don't rather just hide away and nobody know like that I'm in pain. Like, I don't want. Yeah. But I've honestly been pretty good like the past 6 months, it's not perfect, but I'm finally in a place where I'm not like being drained by like these energy vampires. I finally feel, I'm working to get better at telling people no. Like I'm a people pleaser, guys. Like I'm just a people pleaser. Like I have a really hard time saying no to the people I care about, even if it makes me feel uncomfortable or like I don't have it in me. Like I just like making, I want to make the people in my life happy. Like I'll do anything for them. I also need to, put myself first sometimes too, and make sure that I'm okay. You know. So. Me and the boys had a crazy rank sesh last night, and I'm like working on chopping up all the footage from that to make into a YouTube video. So I don't really think this is a story time. This is more so just like a rant. I don't know what I'm gonna call this video, but maybe just depression.
I leveled up. Upgrades waiting for me.
I just want people to know that I'm not perfect, and I know that that I think of things the wrong way, or I think I see things the wrong way, or I take things, like I'm not a perfect person. I have like a lot of fucking fucked up shit in my head. I feel like this video is getting dark again. Like I don't want all these to be like this. So let me think of something funny I could tell you guys. It's kind of hard to like be in like a happy mood right now. I literally feel like shit. My head hurts like a mofo.
Upgrades ready. Time to make a choice.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Just want to be authentic too. Like I just want to be like I just want to be me. I don't want to put on a show or like try to pretend to be somebody I'm not. Like or like I don't know. Like I'm a very just I don't know. Really need to lock in on this MK shit. Once I get a bigger mouse pad, bro, I just literally can like look. This is as far as I can go. Look, this is left to right. Oh fuck, I'm literally hitting shit. Right there. That's the end of my shit. Like, it's shit's really difficult to like constantly be readjusting and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, I want to say that I'm like happy right now. I want to say that I'm content either, but I'm not. I don't want to die right now. I think that's a plus. You know, I have things that, you know, I'm excited about every day when I wake up, like this, like recording content for you guys, even though nobody's watching it. I mean, there's a
Got
few
an
people
upgrade
watching
to
it. I actually
choose.
got my first comment on one of the videos. Also, I did notice that the story times got less views than like when I'm just talking about Apex related stuff. So, I don't know, maybe I need to talk about Apex more, but I'm not trying to just talk about Apex. Like one thing I did like, let me gas myself up real quick. One thing I really liked about my videos when I was watching them is they just feel very like calm and like I don't know, I feel like you could watch it while you're just like chilling. It's kind of like podcast energy. Like I was watching it in bed last night and it was just making me sleepy listen. Like I felt like I was gonna fall asleep. And also, I mean, who else is doing this kind of content in Apex? I mean, you know anybody? You guys know anybody that's doing this kind of stuff? If you
Got an
do, let me
upgrade to
know because
choose.
I'd love to check them out. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like doing the story time thing and just talking about my life and hopefully it's not gonna be all just bad stuff, but and like another thing too is like since I'm just rambling about, you know, these stories and stuff, it's me kind of just telling it, and I'm not really like I noticed I didn't really get to a conclusion of it or you know like it's not like a YouTube video where it's like, oh, this happened, but this is what I learned from it. And you know, like I did learn things, but I don't know. What I'm trying to say. Like there's supposed to be like a happy ending or something, or like, you know? But my experience ain't no happy endings. Just keep fucking moving on. Just keep moving.
I can choose an upgrade. Every decision counts.
I don't know. I guess this can be a short video because I'm probably gonna post the ranked highlights later today. But yeah, I just want you guys to know that I'm trying. You know, I'm trying every day to figure this shit out. I haven't figured it out. Some days are harder than others. Some days, like you know, I don't have it in me. Um, you know, I'm just a thinker, bro. I think about everything under the fucking sun, bro. Alright. Well, you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for stopping in. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.